What is going on, guys? If you want to learn how to mine KawPow using NVIDIA GPUs, you're in the right place. In this video, we are going to look into mining Ravencoin testnet KawPow algo using the new TT Miner 4.0. I think it just came out a couple of days ago. So that is what we are going to look at. And I just wanted to let everybody know that I do have Super Chat enabled now. So there were a few people that were mad at me for not enabling Super Chat earlier, and now it is. And I have to say that Nefarious Technology was my very first Super Chat, so that is awesome. Thanks to him so much for that donation. Very cool. I'm weirded out by donations and stuff like that, so bear with me. It is a learning experience for me. I will try to be gracious, and I'm very humbled by any donation that is out there. I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I do appreciate it, but it's not necessary. But I do appreciate it. So there you go. But Nefarious was the very first one. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I was going to say that, but I was like, yeah, I better not say that, but I'm glad you did. So that's exactly what I was going to say. All right, so let's take a look at what we are going to be looking at tonight. TT Miner, they just came out with a new, I think it was a couple of days ago. Actually, you know what? I always jump ahead. My bad. Let's take a look at the market real quick, because the market is doing something pretty good. I kind of like this green here. I like the look of green. Green is cool. You can see that I've got the green on behind me and stuff. And if you didn't know, those, even though it doesn't look like really orange right now, but that wall right there, this wall right here, actually all the walls in my room here are Bitcoin orange. So Bitcoin Jake, he knows the actual hexadecimal numbers for Bitcoin orange, and this is pretty close. So I need to do, again, I'm going to eventually, once I get everything wired up the way I need it, or the way I want it, I'm going to do a tour of my office kind of thing. Eventually I'll do that. I just haven't, I don't have everything. Hey, thanks Harry for subscribing, appreciate it. I don't have everything wired up the way that I want, so I don't want to get ahead on that. But yeah, the whole room is Bitcoin orange, except for the back wall. It has those weathered wood planks. I installed those myself. And then, yeah, so that's why it looks kind of weird over there, in that little section right there. So it's a little, but yeah, we're green. Long story short, we're green today, so that is good. And if we look at our watch list, these are the coins that I keep an eye on. It looks good as well. Usually there's like one in here that's kind of crazy, you know, to be like down on a otherwise up day. But all of them are good, and I wanted to point out a couple here. Conceal is actually up 11%. That's good. They're one of my favorite privacy coin projects. I do a lot of content on them. They're up 11%. That's good to see. But Rio's kind of came down a little bit. They were up like 41%. Just right before the stream, they were up 41%. But it's easy to be up that much whenever you're less than a penny, right? So, but this is another privacy coin that I keep an eye on, and I do content on them from time to time. Everybody's kind of slow right now. You know, it just seems like probably with the pandemic and everything going on. I think that you know, there are teams, they're working. Certainly, they're working behind the scenes, but it just seems like there's not a lot of news, right? Like I go to Crypto Panic and there's just not a lot of stuff coming out. There's a lot of stuff about the economy, of course, and everybody's always worried about that. But as far as like information on projects that I watch, it's really been really slow. And that kind of makes me struggle for content also, because it's like I don't have much to talk about. So having said that, make sure that you comment below and let me see, let me know what you would like to see, what type of content you would like to see me do. Because I get in this mode where if I've covered it already, I don't like repeating myself, but I think that it's actually important to repeat yourself, like depending on the content that you're talking about, and it doesn't hurt, right? Especially for new subscribers, for me to cover something that I've already covered before. So let me know in the comments below or in the chat also, but if you're watching this video after it is live, obviously you'll have to do the comments. Let me know and we'll go from there, because I would like some ideas on what you guys would like to see, what type of content you would like to see me do. Let me check the chat real quick. You guys are getting busy over here. I appreciate it. Yeah, in case you don't know, you can monetize at, or you can enable super chats at like 1,000 subs, I think is what it requires, and I'm at like 1,800. I didn't want to enable it. I just have a thing with it, but I get it. I get that it is an interaction and that people like to have that type of interaction. I totally get it. Just keep in mind that YouTube takes a pretty substantial part of all those donations and super chats and stuff. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but they do. So I want to be honest with you guys. But it still is very cool, you know, because you get to see it on the screen and you get to, you know, say something or whatever. So I don't have, I got to investigate some ways of making this, you know, interaction. I think that Brandon Coin has a thing where it might take more subscribers than what I have, but he's got a way of having it read off like a text, and I don't know how to do that. I'm not familiar with it, so I will have to look into that and see what that takes. But I've got some other ideas about what I want to enable, so it should be pretty cool. I don't want to make it anything, you know, I don't want people to feel obligated in any way, but that's just me. I like to talk about crypto. You guys are the only ones that I get to talk about crypto with, so it's important for me to just have this half an hour every night to get it all off my chest. So that's just the way I look at it. Anyway, all right, so let's talk about some stuff that we got going on tonight. Now, TT Miner, they've been around a little while. They came out in, I think it was 2018 was their very first release. That's according to Bitcoin Talk thread. So Don Haristo, thanks so much. I don't know, Canada, $10. Okay, I think that's Canada. That's another thing. I don't know all these different currencies, so I think that's Canada. $10. Is that more than $10 in the US? I don't know. I would have to investigate all these exchange rates and stuff. So thanks so much. I appreciate that. That is awesome. Thanks so much. Let me see here. I think I can look. Yeah, Don Haristo, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, KawPow, looking good. I can't wait. I think it's going to be, it's almost like a phoenix rising from the ashes for Ravencoin when it comes to GPU mining. I think that it is going to be so huge. I hope, and I know that's not going to translate into USD value like directly, but at least for community involvement, right? In the mining community, the GPU mining, the home miners, the hobby miners, and all that stuff, they'll be back, right? Because Ravencoin has been like a staple for, or at least they were until the past year or so, for GPU miners. You know, like if you had NVIDIA GPUs 2 years ago or a year and a half ago and you weren't mining Ravencoin, everybody's like, what? Why are you not? You know, right? Because it's just that community and it's what they stand for, you know, being no pre-mine, no dev fee or dev fund, and open source, and what's all those other words? You know, basically all those other open words, and modifiers and identifiers. It's just one of those. It's very similar to Bitcoin, right? As far as the launch, the way that it was launched and everything. So GPU miners love it, you know, or at least we did. And then they just got ate up with ASICs and FPGAs, and you know, here we are today. struggling with Ravencoin. There's no profitability for GPUs on Ravencoin, so hopefully this will definitely help with that part of it. And you know, the GPU mining community is large, right? So, and we have a loud voice in the community, although it hasn't helped that much the past year and a half. You know, they did that little X16R V2 fork, and that was short-lived, right? I mean, I think within a month, it was already just ate up with FPGAs after that. So hopefully this time, with going to KawPow, which is a version of ProgPow, a modified version unique to Ravencoin, hopefully it will at least level the playing field, which is the goal of ProgPow to begin with, right? So you got KawPow. Hopefully, you know, you wouldn't be able to build an ASIC that would be so much more efficient than commodity hardware like a GPU. And I think that that's really important for a decentralized project like Ravencoin is supposed to be. All right, I know I'm just kind of rambling. Let's go ahead and look at, let's do some mining. Let's do that. So I have already downloaded this. The links that they provide on the Bitcoin Talk thread go to tradeproject.de. I would like to see a GitHub for them, but I kind of just have to trust it at this point. They do have a large following. You've got a lot of pages here, so I do believe that this is the correct Bitcoin Talk thread. I don't think that we're going to get download some malicious software or anything like that from here. But if you just click on the link there, I'm in Windows here, so that will download TT Miner, and it's actually a pretty large download. It's like 36 meg for Windows. You can see right here, 35.6. So it's pretty large, and you just extract that to a location. You know, in my case, it's the miners folder, and there you have, I created a 4.0 because this is TT Miner 4.0 has enabled KawPow on Ravencoin testnet. So I think that it actually, yeah, it's this batch file right here, ttminer raven.bat. So if you edit that, you can see that it is using MinerMore by default. And I believe that this is still the only testnet pool out there. I don't know for sure, but MinerMore seems to be the most popular one at a minimum. And that looks like this right here. So this is minermore.com/pool/RVNT for testnet. If you go to their homepage, you can get to it. You can see right down here, there's a testnet. So you click on that, and that'll get you the information for the testnet. Although it doesn't look like they've updated like how to connect. They used the KawPow miner, which was the first one that was available for KawPow. But now there are quite a few other ones: TT Miner, G Miner, MB Miner. So there's quite a few other ones. It seems like maybe they should update this to include the other miners as well. But you can see that I am mining already. I've got a 6 GPU rig on it, and I've got this machine actually. Let's see. No, actually, this machine is not mining right now. So we'll look at that in a minute. But you can see right here, this Savage Kessel is what this is, and the address. So I'm finding some blocks here. It looks like me and Tracy are competing for every block. Tracy's one of the devs for Ravencoin. Looks like he's probably testing out some TT Miner stuff, similar to me and us. And yeah, so pretty cool. He and I are competing for every block. Here's Lorian's also. Okay, there's a couple other people in here. Anon, okay. All right, so this is all testnet. This is not, we're not mining for any real value or anything like that. If we go to miner lookup, let me just throw see if I can find it here. Let me think. I gotta get my address. I have my address. Go to over here. Yeah, here we go. This is what is paid out so far. It looks like 3.9 million testnet Raven. So that's cool. See all the payouts and stuff. So all right, let's go ahead and I'm going to. So I did download the miner and I've extracted it already, and I did make a copy of the ttminer raven.bat file here, which is already set up to mine to the testnet. So I just made a copy of it and then I modified it. I put my own address and all that stuff in there, and I also took out the first part, which is, show you what this is. Actually, no, I saved it here too. So it has like a little message up here whenever you first run it. I just took that out. So anyway, let's go ahead and run it and see if we can start mining here. And this is a 1660 Super 6 gig MSI gaming, what is it, Gaming X? Super Gaming X, yep. So this is the GPU that we're actually mining with right now. So this does go down over time, and Red Panda Mining is actually pointing this out too. It seems like I think that the way that KawPow is working is every block might have a different mega hash, right? So, or it might appear to be a different mega hash here because it's got different mathematics for that particular block based on the unique values and the unique parameters of KawPow. At least I think that that's the way it's going to work, because the mega hash varies. It can vary maybe up to like 10% one way or the other. Like you can see 12.18 here. It's down to 12.109. But I am streaming. This is my machine right now. So it's going to be horrible, right? A 1660 should probably get about 14, I think. 14 mega hash. So it's going down a little bit here. But we'll go ahead and throw that in. I'm going to disable this too. I just wanted to show you. So we'll throw this into the spreadsheet over here. We'll just call it 12.02. And then oh, wait a minute. Am I missing some? Oh, I need the power draw. So does ttminer actually show 128 watts, it says. Okay, so 126 now. So I'll call it 126 as the measured power draw. Guess that this 57. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is, I had it in the wrong block there. So you can see 1202, that's about 95 hash rate per watt, 95K kilohash per watt, something like that. I think I'm saying that right. And that's not great, but again, this is on the same machine that I'm streaming on. If I wasn't streaming, it would probably be up in the 14 mega hash area. And it's also a little bit warm also. So again, streaming and all that stuff going on here. So I'm going to terminate this. We'll get out of there. That was just a real quick little run through on the 1660 Super Gaming X, just to get a little bit of data there. All right, so let's go to the other rig, or the actual rig. That was my streaming machine here. So this is the 6 GPU rig. It's got two 1070s, two 1070 Ti's, and two 1080s in it. And you can see we're getting 90 mega hash. And let's see here. We need to. We'll go with the 1070s. This always takes a lot longer than it should, probably, because going through this. So we're going through the 1070. So for the 1070, do we have 100 and 500? Is that what we have in the? Yep, 100, 500, and then a 67% power limit. And the 1070s are 0 and 2. GPU 0 and 2. So it's getting 16.7 and 16.19. So we're gonna go 16.7 mega hash. That's really good, but that's at 137 watts. $16.7. Okay, so that's 121 kilohash per watt. That's not terrible. Probably could mess around with the power on that, because that seems like it's taking a lot of power. 138, that's quite a lot. That's the 1070. The 1070 Ti's are 100 and 800 and 78% power. That's probably just where I left it the last time we were playing around with this. And the 1070 Ti's are 1 and 4. So 17.6. Oh, what's up with that? 11.4. I wonder. And this is a nice display also, because it does have the efficiency over here as well. So TT Miner did a good job with that, with including the kilohash per watt efficiency right here. So this is what if you're worried about your electric, right? If you don't have free electric or cheap electric, then this is the field, or this is the values that you really want to pay attention to, because this is your kilohash per watt values. And from what I've seen on KawPow, you kind of want to be probably 130 to 150 on NVIDIA cards seems to be a good range. You know, obviously depending on which ones. These are a little older cards. These are about 2 years old, maybe a little bit more than that. So the efficiency isn't great. But on a 1660 Super, you could get 145, 150 kilohash per watt. I think that the spreadsheet shows that I had done that at one time. I would have to unhide and show that, but it's gonna get really crazy really quick if I do that. Let's see here. Hey, thanks Bitcoin Jake for the $2 donation. Really appreciated, sir. Yeah, I know. Finally. Finally, Super Chat's enabled. I get it. Took me long enough. Thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, thanks you guys. Awesome. Yeah, I ended up talking a little bit more than I wanted to as far as about other stuff. But TT Miner, I do want to talk about them real quick. I know that probably Brandon's going to be live here in a minute. Let's go and check real quick to see where he is at, if he's going live here. Looks like he is. It says live now, but he usually doesn't start until 10. So just a couple minutes here. So TT Miner, they do have a 1% dev fee, which seems pretty reasonable. They do have Discord for really quick support if you need it. They do have a Discord. I think the link is in here somewhere. Yeah, right here. So if you go to their Bitcoin Talk thread, I'll throw this in the chat here so that you can have it. Yeah, Red Panda, I got them enabled, man, finally. Yeah, the email came in today about it being approved and stuff. It took like more than a week. It took about a week since I clicked the button to enable it. They had to do the review and all that junk. So, and like I said, it is about a 36 meg download for TT Miner. And if you are running it on Windows, then most likely, if you haven't done it already, you're going to have all kinds of errors. Because whenever I first downloaded it and tried to run it, there's all kinds of DLL errors and all kinds of mess. So you can actually... thanks, Red Panda. Thanks so much for that donation, man. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Canada, $20. Thanks so much. So you have to download the redistributable Visual Studio files. It includes some DLLs and some stuff that you might need. So all I did, once I got those error messages, there were tons of them. It wouldn't run. I was going to actually uninstall it and show you guys what the errors were. But basically, if you run TT Miner and it starts throwing all these DLL errors, dynamic link library errors, then make sure you have this installed. I installed the 64-bit version. You'll have to install the one for your OS and your hardware, but more than likely you're going to be on x64 if you're doing Windows. And so I downloaded this and installed it. It says that I needed a reboot, but I did not reboot, and I just ran it. I would encourage you to reboot at some point, but I did just run it after installing this, and it did work. It allowed me to run the miner successfully, and you saw that earlier. So cool stuff. I had to do that on this rig as well. I had to run that. I had to install the redistributable package for Visual Studio. So just keep that in mind if you do run into those DLL errors. It's pretty much this file right here that can get you back up and running. I'll throw this in the chat as well so that you have the link for that. Let me turn on live chat here. I had top chat on, my bad. Yeah, the thing about links in the description and stuff for donations is a lot of people at least like to see a little bit of recognition for their donation. And I totally get it. I totally get that. So if they donate to an address in crypto outside of this platform, outside of YouTube, then they don't necessarily get any type of recognition. And I get it. You're not, you really shouldn't, crave attention or crave recognition for, for a donation. Totally get all that. But if a lot of people especially on YouTube, at least want to see like, hey, so-and-so donated, this amount. I know I do. Well, it at least makes me somewhat happy to see the little donation thing come up there, right? Totally get it. So if I put those addresses in the description and they just send it and they don't tell me, like if they were to message me on Discord or through YouTube or whatever, or even just in chat, maybe if I'm paying attention, then it will and if they give me a donation or something, I'll recognize them, right? But so that's the problem with having the addresses in the description, because people don't get recognition. If they don't tell me, I'm not going to know unless I check the wallet and I'm like, looks like I got a donation a while back or whatever, right? And I'm not always in the wallet, so it's just one of those things where, if you do send to one of my addresses or my I'm going to forget the name of them, like Zelle has Crux, Zelle.crux, is that the name of it? I'm going to forget. Anyway, so it's got an address that you can send any crypto that is supported by Zelle Core Wallet to that address. It's SavageMine at Zelle.crux, I think. I think that's it. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. So if you send anything that's that's in the Zelle Core Wallet to that address, then I'll get it in whatever that crypto is. So anyway, yeah, I'm like totally running over. Let's go ahead and head over to Brandon Coin. It looks like he's live. Let me throw the link over there in the description for that, or in the chat for that. Okay, I will, Nefarious, I'll look into the Streamlabs also. I know that it is sort of set up, but not totally set up. I went through the setup for it a long time ago, and I don't think I ever finished it. So I'll look at that also. But I hate having all these different platforms and stuff. But guys, I don't know. I don't need donations, but I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it so much. It's awesome that you guys are doing that. Yeah. So let's head over to. I'm humbled. Let's go over to Brandon Coin and make sure you do a Savage raid over there. Let him know that you came from over here, and I will see you guys over there. Stay savage, everybody. See you tomorrow night.